Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go to Julia Grabowska.
The sun is out and shining today. The weekend is looking very warm, but the air will be sticky and rain is on the way. Let's take a look at your 5-day weather forecast. Today we will be seeing a high of 14 degrees and a low of 4 moving into your evening with a little bit of sun and clouds throughout the day. Saturday a high of 17 degrees, a low of 4 with a 20% chance of rain moving into Sunday with a beautiful high of 19 and a low of 10, but unfortunately showers throughout the day. On Monday moving into the 20s, 21 degrees on a Monday will be your high and a low of 5 degrees, showers throughout the day. And on Tuesday unfortunately moving back down to the single digits with a high of only 4 degrees and a low of -1, and we may even see some wet snow throughout the day there. So enjoy the warm spring temperatures we've been awaiting for so long, but keep those umbrellas handy for the weekend. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Julia. Turning now to national and international news. There's mourning in the nation's capital and beyond after the sudden death of former Finance Minister Jim Flaherty. Paramedics announced him dead yesterday shortly after a 911 call came from his Ottawa residence. It's suspected he suffered a fatal heart attack.
That I stand in this place of honor today to pay tribute to a great national leader, a colleague, a mentor, my champion, and a very close friend, the Honourable James Michael Flaherty.
His colleagues at Parliament Hill have been expressing their shock and sadness. He is being remembered as a man that made a difference in the lives of Canadians. Flaherty had resigned less than a month ago, saying he planned to return to the private sector. He was instrumental in steering Canada through the world's worst economic crisis since the Great Depression.
It's decision time for residents of Kitimat, BC. They'll vote tomorrow for or against the multi-billion-dollar Northern Gateway pipeline. The district of Kitimat has remained neutral on the $6 billion project, but the vote will decide the council's position. Kitimat would be the end of the pipeline and home of the marine terminal for loading oil onto tankers. Ottawa is expected to announce a final decision on the pipeline in June.
10 people are dead after a FedEx truck crossed a median and crashed into a school bus in California. The collision happened last night, killing both drivers, 5 students, and 3 chaperones. A fire erupted as a result, engulfing both the truck and bus. Local authorities say at least 34 people were taken to hospital. Why the truck crossed the highway remains under investigation, and authorities say it could take months.
Pope Francis made a strong statement today asking for forgiveness and pledging to impose penalties on priests who harm children. This goes against a statement he made in March when he defended the Catholic Church. In a statement read on Vatican Radio, Francis says of the abusing priests that I feel compelled to personally take on all the evil and to personally ask for forgiveness for the damage they have done for having sexually abused children. Francis continued saying he will not take one step backwards with how he will deal with the problem and sanctions must be imposed.
And now with the sports news, here's Darren O'Malley. Darren, what can we expect this weekend in sports?
Thanks, Charlotte. Well, there's a lot on tap for this weekend, but let's start things off with the boys of summer. The Blue Jays couldn't complete the sweep this week. They are back at 500 after falling 6-4 to the Houston Astros last night at the Rogers Center. R.A. Dickey took to the mound for the Jays. He threw for 7 innings, giving up 6 hits and 5 runs. Colby Rasmus had the lone home run for the Jays. Melky Cabrera had 2 hits on the night, but it wasn't enough for the Bluebirds. The Jays will be back at it tonight. They head to Baltimore to begin a 3-gamer against the Orioles. Let's move to the hardwood now, where the Toronto Raptors are 1 win away from clinching their 2nd Atlantic Division title. The Raps will host the New York Knicks tonight at the ACC. They're coming off a big win against Philly. A win would secure home court advantage for the Raps in the first round of playoff action. Amir Johnson is listed as day-to-day with a sore right ankle. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. To the ice now, where the Toronto Maple Leafs are 1 game away from wrapping up their disappointing season, and as we know, they'll be hitting the golf course early this year. But perhaps in an attempt to ease the minds of furious Leafs fans, MLSE made a shocking announcement this morning. Hockey Hall of Famer Brendan Shanahan has been named as the club's hockey president. He will oversee all hockey operations and will be formally introduced next week. Just some notes from elsewhere around the league. The Colorado Avalanche have taken the lead of the Central Division after beating the Canucks last night. The Dallas Stars can end a 5-year playoff drought with a win this evening. Habs forward Alex Galchenyuk will miss the first round of the playoffs due to a lower body injury, and reports suggest Oilers veteran Ryan Smith will retire this weekend. And now for your Masters update. Golfers teed off just before 8 o'clock this morning, beginning the second round of play in Augusta, Georgia. Right now, Bubba Watson has taken a big lead. He sits at 7 under. Bill Haas, Kevin Stadler, and KJ Choi are tied for second at 4 under. There's also a 3-way tie for third. Here's some notables for you. Mike Weir sits at 2 under. He is 3 under on the day. Saskatchewan's Graham Dillette has fallen down the ranks. He is now 8 over. Reigning champ Adam Scott teed off just over an hour ago. He sits at 3 under. The Masters will continue today and tomorrow before wrapping up on Sunday. So I know what I'll be doing this weekend. Ladies.
Thanks, Darren. We'll be back with the latest in entertainment from Lily Tran.
Perfect Sisters and the Perfect Crime, and a fox hanging out with turtles. I've got your entertainment update after the break.